Hello and welcome to Dr. Nishant's diary. This one's called The 100 Pipers. 100 Pipers is a somewhat famous in India Scotch whiskey, I think. And I don't drink Scotch or whiskey. And this is about me doing 100 tracheostomies. Now, a tracheostomy is a procedure where you have to make an artificial airway by cutting open the throat of a person and putting a tube inside of it. A lot of neurosurgical patients, brain surgical patients, won't wake up for a while, especially the ones who have had accidents. They can be unconscious and in a comatose state for about 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, a year, 2 years, you never know. So they always need an artificial airway. Now there's an artificial airway that goes through the mouth into the windpipe, but it doesn't last very long, and it's very troublesome. And you can't send the patient home with that kind of tube. So we have to make an artificial airway by cutting open the neck and putting a tube inside. It's called a tracheostomy. And I've done a couple last year. Then when I came here, I did a couple more in the previous posting, and now in this posting, when I'm receiving and managing all the accident afflicted patients in trauma, I realized I've done a lot of these. Like in the first day itself, I did 5 in the day. Then every day it's about 2 to 3 at least for the last 1 month, which is almost done. And I was doing my one tracheostomy like yesterday, and suddenly the nursing brother, the nurse, he asks me, have you finished a century? And I just thought about it, and I realized, yeah, I have finished a century. I must have finished a century easy. And then I realized, yes, I've done 100 tracheostomies now. It's fun because in the beginning, it seems like a very tough procedure, and it is a morbid procedure in one way because, well, if you do any other kind of surgery, like you do surgery on the patient's stomach, although all the patient sees until things can really go really wrong is that you've put sutures on the outside with stitches. So the patient will see his stitches, he'll see how he's feeling, and he won't know what's really happened inside. Like he won't be able to really guess or judge it. But with the tracheostomy, especially in doing a tracheostomy in the trauma center here, where they're not exactly taking them to a separate operation theater, the patient can see what's happening. There's a cut being made in the throat is being opened, and there's a tube that's being put in it that just sticks out, So to the patient, that kind of procedure seems more life-threatening and dangerous and morbid than probably major abdominal surgery. So it's, first you have to explain to them very clearly what you're going to do. And it's tough, especially with patients who are not educated, from villages, who've never imagined these things. So mostly I just show them other patients who've had the procedure done and say, this is what we're going to do, and this is what's going to happen, this is what you're going to get, and this is what you're going to expect. But it becomes really tough. And after the procedure during the procedure also, if you don't know how to do it well, you can really suffer. Like patients can die out of this procedure. I've seen a couple of procedures that have gone terribly wrong. And I for the last about, I think, 30 to 40 have gone off pretty well, and I've done some tough cases, short necks, fat necks, and necks that shouldn't be moved, and necks that can't be held backwards, and necks with spinal fractures, so you can't move them at all while doing the tracheostomy. And I think I've taught this procedure to a good number of my juniors. So it's nice. I had 100 tracheostomies, 100 pipers. Get it? Windpipe, 100. Putting tubes inside, 100 pipers. Yay.